Great.
Recording in
Okay.
progress. So you got your recording in progress. So you now introduce your topic and who you are and why you're doing this. That's the way to do it.
Okay, so my name is Kim Halford, and I am a Hebrew student. And the topic that I'll be speaking on is insights into Genesis 1:1.
Wonderful.
And did I leave anything out?
Perfect.
Okay, so I need to write that down. So in the very first sentence, well, even before that, the Jews, when they would teach their babies a verse, they would cover it with honey and hand the verse written on a piece of paper or cloth to the child, so that when they taught, the child would associate how sweet the scripture is and how sweet the Lord is, which is where taste and see that the Lord is good. That's where that comes from.
That's a great insight. It's a great insight.
Well, cool. I'm glad that's a good one. That's just one of the things that the Jewish people will do when they teach their babies. So in the very first sentence, the very first word is Bereshit. And Bereshit, Rashit is the very first word. And then it has the bet on the front, which means in. So inside the beginning is what that the first word Bereshit is.
Perfect.
So, all right. So I gave you this printout, didn't I?
I think so, but you can send it to me.
Okay. I thought I did, but maybe I forgot to or something. But this is all of these are what we call modern Hebrew right now, but it's Aramaic actually. These symbols down here, the pictures, the pictograph, that's the original Hebrew.
Okay, that's good to know.
So, and they read from right to left. I never do right and left. I do north, south, east, and west, and right to left just really confusing me.
Left. Right brain to left brain.
Yeah, and so so these pictures are whole concepts, not, I mean, they have a whole concept in the one letter. And good. So in the first two letters is bar, which in Aramaic and well, in Hebrew it's ben, but in Aramaic bar is sun.
Right.
And so there's the sun right there at the very beginning. The very first part, the first two letters in the whole Bible are pointing to Christ. He's the sun.
So what are those words? What are those words?
What are the words? Bar?
Yeah, what are those words? The two words.
Yeah, bar means sun.
Together?
Yes. That is Bet Rush. And Bet Rush is sun. That's it.
That's what I was trying to get you to say.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you're helping me.
You got to be clear to the people. What this and this together, it means that.
Yeah.
This and this equals that.
Right. Okay. So that's really good. You see, I'm not a teacher, and you're so good at this.
No, you got to break it down for people to understand it. So when you put it together, this is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And now you understand. That's what that together means.
So I guess I need like a little. Maybe I'll work on that later. Yeah. My husband just walked in the front door. Say hi to Doc.
Hey, how are you?
Mailman.
Did you deliver my mail today?
Probably not.
He's knocking stuff off the wall, but
well, you can put it back.
We're recording this right now anyway. So, all right. So that is bar, and that means sun. So this letter right here is Aleph.
Bring it up a little bit. There you go.
Okay, and Aleph is considered God's letter. It really has no sound, and its pictograph, can you see that?
Uh-huh.
Is the head of an ox.
Okay.
So the head of the ox represents the strength, the might, the power. That's everything all of that is in that one letter. And so it's considered God's letter.
Right.
So this is the Son of God. There's God, Son of God. And this is called Shin. This is Yod. Shin.
Yod.
Shin, Yod,
Yod. Tav.
Tav. T-A-V.
Tav.
Yeah.
Shin.
And so Shin and Yod together form the word gift.
Say it again.
Gift. It forms the word gift.
Gift together. Those
right.
two words in. What are those two words?
Those
again?
two letters right there together is Shin Yod.
Shin Yod.
And Shin Yod is gift. The word,
gift.
our English word gift.
Okay, Shin Yod is gift. Okay. So that's way to break it down. Let them say that.
Okay.
Let them say that, and that equals that. Again, this
so
and this equals that. This and this equals that. And say that.
Okay,
this and this together.
Yeah, this
that.
and this equals gift.
Yeah.
So we're breaking down the meaning of this whole word right here, and we're pulling out the things that are contained within the word.
Right.
So
excellent.
This is Tav.
Tav.
And Tav is it's the very last letter of their alphabet. And it means this is the pictograph right here, the cross.
Okay.
Isn't that interesting? That was
before
Jesus ever died on a cross.
It's interesting. It's at the end.
The what?
It's very interesting. It's at the end.
Yeah, it's the very last letter.
I know, but that's interesting.
Yeah, and it represents the covenant.
Oh, okay.
A covenant, an agreement, the cross, any one of those is.
So it is a finished concept.
Right. Yes, that's what the Tav is.
Tav.
And that's the very last letter of the alphabet, of their alphabet. So Sweet. In this one word, Barashit, we have the Son of God. This word by itself, this letter by itself, Shin, it represents destruction or chewing or teeth. See the picture? The picture is a picture of teeth, which consume.
Consume.
Yeah, consume or destroy.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Yod, all by itself, is a hand, an open hand, a picture of an open hand.
Okay, Yod.
Yod, right. And Yod it represents the hand of God, the hand of the subject that is in the word, the hand or the work of the subject that is in the word. So the Yod can represent work or hand or doings, something like that. So in this one word, in the very first word of Genesis 1:1, Barashit, we have the Son of God destroys himself by his own hand, or lays down his life on the cross.
Okay, now say all that in the language itself. Read it in the Hebrew.
This is Barashit. That's what Barashit is.
It's just that one word, all of that.
Yes.
Barashit.
In that one word, that's what the Hebrews, when they would read that word, they got all of that. It's a whole concept, not one word.
Okay, the one word they got a whole concept that you just explained.
Right. So the whole the whole Bible is contained in the very first word of the Bible.
That's what Popovich said. It's all right
Yes,
there.
yes, it's
The whole
all right
Bible.
there.
Yeah, the end, the beginning and the end is all right there.
Yeah, and what is the scripture? There's a scripture, Isaiah 46:10. God declares the end from the beginning.
There you go. And that's that one scripture, or that one
It's just the first
concept.
word.
Bereshit. So that whole
Bereshit.
thing. So how would you say all that together if you said all those things together? What would you say?
I don't understand the question.
Well, if you read each one of those, pronounce each one of those in that right to left, say it.
Bereshit.
Bereshit. That's the whole thing. Okay.
Yes, because this dot says that this letter says B,
okay.
sound.
Okay.
If that dot is not in there, it's a V sound. Victory.
Oh, see, that's insightful. See.
Yeah.
That's good. See, people don't know what the dot means.
Right. And then
the difference between a B and a V.
Yeah, and they call it a dagesh. That's the name of that dot, is a dagesh. With a D-E-G. Dagesh.
Dagesh.
Yeah, that's called a dagesh.
The dot says that's what the dot means.
That dot is. This
now, there's a dot right there. Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, this dot right here, because it's on, I'm working backward. Because it's on the right, says that the shin says shh. Right. If the dot is above this one, it says sss, like a snake hissing. Sss. Right. So it's a shh sound. Right. These two dots right here, I forget what they're called. They have a name. I can look it up and write it down so I won't forget next time. But that's what says eh.
Say that again.
Eh, the S sound.
Oh, S.
Short E. The short E sound. Eh.
Eh.
Yeah. Bear. This
bear.
Is a rush. Rush is the R sound.
Bear.
This says, okay, so this is called a silent letter. I think there's 3 silent letters. So it will say whatever this one is portraying is what the Aleph will say. The one before it, or if it has a line or a T under it, it'll say a different sound.
Okay.
And this dot right here, if there is a dot under the letter before a yod, that's what makes it say E.
E.
Long E. Long E. Is this plus a yod.
E.
And then the tav is the T sound. Right. So it is Bereshit.
Bereshit.
Right.
Bereshit.
That's it. That's the very first word right there. Do we want to go on?
That's very insightful.
Yeah,
the dots are very insightful. Those little dots are very insightful.
Well, yeah, that's called the Nakot, the Nakot system, and it was added in the 400s.
Yeah, but those little tidbits to add to it.
Yeah.
So nobody would know that except if you teach them. Say, oh, that's really unique.
Yeah, because the original Hebrew is the pictographs.
Yeah.
And then when they got integrated into other societies, like in Jesus's time, he spoke Aramaic, and it was because they had adopted the Aramaic letters because they were easier to write than the pictographs.
Very good. So that was the language of his day.
Right. That's why he spoke Aramaic. And it's modern Hebrew overlaps Aramaic a lot.
Okay.
But
so
it's
if
not.
you were in that country today, they'll be speaking Aramaic. Is that right? Now, would
Yes.
it be a new jazzed up, new system of Aramaic they speak today? Is that a kind of like a revived up, changed
Well,
up to something?
I'm not exactly sure. I can look that up and find out, but
Well, that'd
I
be a
do
little
know
tidbit.
that this is modern Hebrew is an overlap of Aramaic, and
So I wonder if
because of
they've
the
done
letters.
I wonder if they brought it up another level to a modern
I think.
concept, and it may be a modern written looking something. And if
Oh,
that's so,
you mean
look
the
that
lettering?
up, and look that up in case there is. You might say, now what they're doing today looks a little bit different than this. They've changed it somewhat.
Well, their lettering is pretty much the same. They have different fonts like we do. I mean, it's the same letters. They just look a little different in different fonts, you know. And they do have that because some of them make them fancy. They put little crowns on the tops of them and stuff like that. My lettering is very boxy. What I have learned is boxy, and later on I'll probably learn the fancy stuff.
Well, but this is basic. That's good. I mean, you know.
This is very basic, very basic.
Yeah.
The next word is bara.
Bara.
Bara, and
Bara.
that's it right there. Bara.
Bara.
So
Bara.
in the beginning, God created. This is the word they translate created, but it's not a Hebraic concept. Created is not. The Hebraic concept for bara is to fill or fatten.
To fill or fatten, but not
Right.
create. Because they
Not
don't go
create.
into anything created, do they?
No, because when you think of something being created, it's created out of nothing. I mean,
but did he create things out of nothing?
I think he created out of himself. That's what I believe.
Okay.
And
so we're part of him. So we're out of him. We came out of him.
Right. So that filling and okay. So it says that the earth was empty and void or something like that. But it at the in the very beginning there. Excuse me. And it because it's empty and void, filling and fattening makes sense.
Yeah. Because when you fatten it gets bigger.
Right.
Fattening
because
is bigger.
Right. That's what you
Our
would
filling
do
gets bigger.
With an animal that you wanted to consume, you would fatten them up.
Fatten them up, exactly.
Right.
Perfect example.
So, and then it makes sense because God formed man in chapter 2, he formed man out of the dust. And that's a different word. That's a totally different word. Let me see if I can find.
That would be interesting because that's one of my favorite words.
To form?
No, he formed man out of the dust of the ground.
Out of the dust?
Into his nostrils the breath of life.
Yatsar.
Yatsar.
That word is
Yatsar. Yeah.
Right.
See, that's one of my favorite scriptures there.
That's the formed. That's the word for form. So after he formed him, he filled him with his image or fattened him with his image, you know. That makes sense. All of that goes together, you know, with their Hebraic thinking.
Yeah, that's good. That's real. Yeah, I hope you bring that in. That's very good. That's my
I'm still
favorite.
working on putting putting thoughts together.
Yeah, yeah. That scripture is very, very important. He formed man out of the dust of the ground, and he breathed into his nostrils
He
the
breathed
breath
into his,
of life, and that's
yes,
Zoe life. That's God's life.
that
He,
is
he breathed in God's
absolutely
life into that form.
right. And then in Genesis 1:27, that's where it says that he created him, and that word is bara, which is not really created. He filled him.
And that's where you need to bring in the little tidbits.
Right. So
That's
that's
your
where
little tidbits.
he filled him with his image, and what was the other word?
Image and
Likeness.
Image and likeness.
Yeah. So that's the same word. Bara is right there.
Bara.
Right.
Bara.
So he's filling and fattening the image with the image and the likeness.
Well, that's what's the filling and the fattening was his image and likeness. That was I shall say that's the substance that did the fattening.
Mm-hmm.
Image and likeness is the fattening substance that brought that about. The cause is effect. The cause has an effect.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I need a pen. I find a pen here.
See, I learned that from Kay Fairchild. You don't you never say cause and effect. Cause and.
Don't say
and, no, ever. Cause as effect.
As effect.
Not and. Never use the word cause and effect. It's
wow.
Cause as effect.
As effect.
It's
okay.
Different whole concept.
It is. It kind of shifts it for you.
See, when you put and, it's like Jack and Jill. That's two things.
Two
Jack
separate.
And Jill. Yeah.
Yeah.
But cause as effect, the effect comes because of the cause. Cause as effect.
So it's like a single thought.
It's a thought.
Yeah.
It's one thought, cause as effect, not cause and effect, not Jack and Jill. No, but cause as effect. I got that from Dr. Kay Fairchild.
I like that. That's really, really good. Okay, so let's see.
I only steal the best.
Steal away. It's all from him anyway, right?
Hey.
All right, so let's see. What was the next word is Elohim.
Oh wow. That is a big word.
Yeah. Bereshit bara Elohim. Elohim, it can mean many things. This is why I got really confused with Popovich, but he's not wrong. I mean, it's like the elephant thing, he
sees it a little differently.
Yes, he's just looking at it differently. That's all.
Yeah.
But okay, so let me find, where did I put?
Where did you put it? Elohim.
Elohim. There we go.
Elohim.
Okay, so
Elohim.
Elohim is the plural. Anytime you see I am on the end of a Hebrew word, Elohim, I am. It ends in I am. That's plural. That's their equivalent to our S.
Oh, okay. Okay, but that's
so
good.
It's like a suffix.
That's very good. Very good.
So like cherubim, yeah. I am. That's more than one of those cherubs. Let's see. Gentile is a goy. A goyim is many Gentiles.
That's good. So those are little things you need to bring out. That's good.
So that's it's just making the plural.
Yeah.
Make sure I remember
Elohim is plural, many gods.
Many, many gods. Yeah. And I'm not sure whether that's talking about, where in Revelation it talks about the seven spirits of God, or, the Trinity. or all of us. I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't say one way or the other, but I do know that it's more than one.
There you go. At least that's right.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, so the singular of Elohim is Eloah.
Say it again.
Eloah. Eloah. E-L-O-A.
Spell that again.
E-L-O-A-H.
L-O.
Let me see. Let me get a piece of paper here.
I wonder what the singular was. I always wondered what that was.
Hello.
Hello.
Oops. I just did it wrong. Hello.
Hello. Eloah. Eloah.
Eloah.
Where's the accent on the ah? Eloah.
Okay, so that little mark right there is not an accent mark, it's a break. It's
Eloah. Eloah.
Right, it's a break.
Yeah. Eloah.
Yeah, it's just like Yeshua.
Almost like a little stutter. Eloah.
Yeah, exactly. Eloah. So it's like
and that's
Yeshua.
Singular to Elohim.
Yeah, it's just like that, the break in Yeshua.
Yeshua. That's very insightful. That's very insightful. See, that's good stuff there. That's very good.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, no,
I was afraid I was going to overload.
Because I always wondered what the singular was. Elohim. Eloah.
Okay, and so then the root word of Eloah.
Eloah.
Is El.
El.
Just El.
Just El. Like El Shaddai.
Yeah, right. So anytime like in a name like Daniel, it has an E-L at the end, that means God.
Well, it does.
Yeah, it's so in the name Daniel means God is my judge. And that's where that
El Shaddai or
El Shaddai. Right. That's the many-breasted one, El Shaddai.
Yeah. Okay, we're running out of time. We got 10 minutes. The meeting will end in 10 minutes. So we got 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. Okay.
No. You're doing great.
I am not good at this, Doc. I'm just terrible.
No, this is good. We're going to do this so many times to the 18th that you'll have it down pat.
Okay, I hope so, because I'm struggling right now.
No, but your little boards that you put together to show is good.
Now I know I need to make more of these.
Little whiteboards, the little whiteboards that are big where you can see, that's perfect. Then when you point it out, then you say it, you point it out, you say it, and then we get the flow of seeing it and saying it.
Because I'm a very visual person, so
good.
That's the way I learn mostly. Yeah. Okay, so El means mighty one.
Mighty one. El is mighty one.
Right. So I'll write that down. El means mighty one.
Perfect. That's perfect.
So the way you spell El is this is the Aramaic letters, that the modern Hebrew letters. This is the Aleph, and there's the Lamed.
Lamed. Aleph, Lamed.
Lamed, yes.
Lamed.
And that's the silent letter, and then the L. So it's L.
L.
Right. The pictograph for this. The pictograph for this is the ox head and a staff.
Ox head and a staff.
Right, ox head and a staff. So this is what's very interesting to me about this, is that Moses, he's depicted with horns in, let's see here. Let me see if I can find oh, shoot. I have, okay, so there it is. This is Michelangelo's sculpture of Moses. See, he has horns.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
He had an insight, did he?
Oh, he read the original language.
Ah, that's where
the Bible. And so that's where he was going with that. Because in, let's see.
That is really deep.
In Exodus 34, verse 30, it says, so when Aaron and all the sons of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone because he was speaking with God. The original language does not say the skin of his face shone. It reads, the skin of his face had horns.
Now look at there.
So that's in the original Hebrew.
You got to bring that out. No, you got to bring that out. That is so good.
Isn't it crazy? It gets even crazier. Because
that's what Papa says when you read the English. It's not true.
No, they've made it to where they think that people will understand it. And I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to be helpful, but at the same time, they're just cutting out all these great things that God has put in there.
Yeah. And therefore, we don't know what is true.
Right. And so, okay, so the horns from his face were like rays of sun.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what they saw as horns. But there are some other pictures, paintings of Moses from that same time period. Let me find it. Okay, so there's the one where they're holding up his arms. That's Moses. And see, they have made them like light, the horns.
Yeah. Actually, it probably was light.
Yeah, I'm sure it was light because he was in the presence of the Lord.
Yeah, it was light.
Skin or also means light. So
yeah, it was light.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and so he was at a higher vibration. So yeah, of course he's getting closer to being light, which is a very high vibration, you know.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Still residual. Okay, so then also the word Elohim in Exodus 7, the same word is used, Elohim, and it reads, God is talking to Moses, and he says, see, I have given you Elohim for Pharaoh. And in that, the Hebrew word Elohim means power and authority. So he says, see, I have given you power and authority for Pharaoh. And because he says the word see, I think you could still see the light. And and he carried a staff, which was the authority, you know. And so that's part of this. This is the strength and authority.
Strength and authority. Wow.
That's what those original letters mean.
Kim?
Yeah.
This is going to be very good. This is going to be so insightful. It really is.
It's so hard to understand.
Yeah, but you will do. By the time we get through, I'm going to stop this because we got about a minute, and I'm going to say the recording. Then I'm going to send the recording to you where you can.
It gets even better because even those concepts, because he gave him strength and authority, the word crown are like the horns on your head, and the staff is like a scepter. And so even today, kings and queens have a crown and a scepter.
They do, right? Especially in England.
Yeah, in England, English. Sure. And then there's tribes in other countries, you know, like that have kings, and they're the one in power and have authority. And it also can be translated judges.
Yeah.
Elohim.
Which they are in those countries. They judge the people.
Right, exactly. And there's a scripture that uses Elohim as, we will take you before the judges. We will take you before the Elohim, and so.
See, all those are the type of things that when you take, that's going to be enlightening for people. So they can connect. I think they'll connect to those. Well, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and then I'll get the recording to you later tomorrow.
Okay, I'm so sorry that I
love you, girl.
Squeeze all of it in.
you inspired me.
I'm so glad. Yay.
All righty. All right. Bye-bye.